What's up, everyone? Welcome to Born to Create podcast, ran by Acef.media. You can listen to this podcast on YouTube, iTunes, and Spotify. Wherever you listen to the podcast, we are there. I'm one of your hosts, Ace Fothergill. I'm a 19-year-old photographer, videographer, and passionate apple pie eater. And this is my co-host,
Francois Mittins. I'm a graphic designer, photographer, and video editor. So thanks for tuning in, guys, for our first episode of the intro. So we'll be talking a little bit about ourselves and, well, what are our plans for this podcast and so on. So how do we first meet? Let's start with that.
Okay, so we first met. I DM'd you on Instagram because I really liked your work, and I think you had around 1,000 followers then, or maybe even a bit less than 1,000. I don't remember. Yeah, I really liked your work, so I DM'd you to go shoot, and then we met up at, I think, the mall. Met up with the guy, and then we went to shoot, and ever since then we've kind of just became best
Pretty
friends.
much.
That shoot was definitely one of our worst shoots.
Yeah, I mean, it was our first.
It was our first shoot together, but definitely have grown a lot since then.
Oh yeah.
So what are you currently working on?
Currently, just setting up this podcast there, going on to my internship, so really focusing on that for the next 6 weeks. And then as well as my grad show, getting everything set up.
Okay, yeah. And you just finished school, eh?
Yeah, exactly.
What were you taking?
So I was taking graphic design. Then I still got this internship with 6 weeks left. Then I'll be done college there. And I'll be moving on to other things.
Moving on to bigger things, eh?
Exactly. Big chapter there.
What are you working on photography related right now?
Photography? Well, we got a couple ideas going on. We were bouncing around the other day. So
Yeah.
we're going to do that bunny shoot for Easter.
Yeah.
So that should be a nice one.
I don't know if people have seen it by now.
We'll see.
Yeah, it might be up on the Instagram by now if we've done
Yeah.
it. Who knows?
But yeah, it should be a good shoot.
Oh yeah.
We'll see.
It's definitely
It'll be
good shoot.
Good idea.
So what's you said you're 20, okay. Did you?
No.
Okay, well,
There
you're
you go.
20. So now people know. Just give them context behind that.
Fair enough. So yeah, what about you? Anything planned up going on right now?
Currently got this podcast, slacking real hard on YouTube right now, just because I'm mainly focused on getting this done. Got a couple shoots I'm working on, still waiting on models to get back to me. Yeah, mainly just doing photography related stuff, working on my website too.
Yep.
Really sucks. I hate making websites.
You'll get it done. Oh man, it's a process.
It's so bad making websites. I hate it.
Yeah, so if you guys have one or not have one yet, trust me, or if you guys already know, it's a process and you're always getting it, adapting it to make it better. It's just
Definitely make sure you create a website. It brings you to the next level and people will take you a lot more serious. Yeah. What was your favorite shoot?
Favorite shoot
that we were on?
We were all together. So yeah, well, I'd probably say like the D shoot was pretty good. So what we had was we were in the forest there, and we had smoke bombs, and we were just shooting around like that.
We had pumpkins as well.
Exactly, we had pumpkins. That was a great shoot. Like that was I would probably say one of our first ones that we actually set up as a project. I would say. So like instead of just being like, okay, let's grab a model and go shoot, let's have a whole concept behind it, and then let's have a model come in and then fill that gap and do what we want to actually do. Yeah,
definitely something that I know we're both trying to do this year is doing a lot more like project-based shoots and not just randomly shooting stuff.
Exactly.
So plan it out, and since I'm doing YouTube, plan it out so I can film a video of it as well. So, two birds, one stone type of thing.
Exactly. Get the most content we can out of one project, might as well.
Exactly. More stuff to post.
Exactly.
More the word gets out there. I'd say my favorite shoot is probably the one we did in the ice skating through the forest.
Yeah.
Definitely one of my favorite shoots. One of the first shoots that I've actually tried to cinematically film.
Yeah.
So I had an idea in my head. Basically, so we had a girl her name is Annalisa. She's a figure skater. So I wanted to have it laid out so that like the beginning's like her tying her skates and getting ready, putting on her coat and stuff like that. And then skating through the ice a bit, some stuff with me and Frank shooting, and then she could do like figure skating tricks like pirouettes and whatever the figure skating names
what
are.
do you call them? Yeah.
But she could do those, so we had her doing some of those, and all around it's just an amazing day. Like everything went together as planned.
Yeah, it was like a whole experience just because like we had to drive all the way down there, have everything set up, Lighting was amazing. Like,
Yeah.
can ask for better for that day, that's for sure.
Right during golden hour at the end. Oh,
Exactly.
Sun flare coming through
Right
the
behind
trees.
it. Yeah, we just stopped at one spot. I turned around, I'm like, this lighting is ideal. Started filming. I'm like, yep, right there. And then we started shooting. It was
Man, it was
best spot.
insane.
We won for the books, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So let's talk about some podcast stuff now.
Yeah, sure. So like, what kind of subjects will we be covering?
So we'll be covering like how to market yourself as a photographer, or what like marketers might look for in a photographer.
Yeah.
Talk about weddings, talk about event photography, talk about working, like how to gain bigger clients, talk about networking, the importance of like doing free work, using multiple platforms, setting photography goals, like how we plan our shoots, just pretty much everything photography related. But we will also be tying in like bring in models and like kind of interview them, what they look for in a photographer and stuff like that, as well as get into like some graphic design a little bit, because that is your background. To talk about the importance of having like a good logo and a good website. And
exactly, more branded towards what you are doing as a person, so you look more structured and trustworthy. And also we'll be going over like little tips and tricks that we do or that we learned over the years, or like how do we set goals and things like that.
Yeah,
that'd be really useful and tied into the graphic design, photography base of it.
Yeah, I also want to talk a little bit about like iPhone photography, just for those people that don't own DSLRs or just kind of shoot with their phone. Cover a little bit of tips and stuff, just to help people out.
Or different programs if you don't use the same programs.
Yeah. So yeah, pretty much everything's going to be photography related. That is our niche that we're going with, but we will also be tying in other stuff around photography, like have a couple of people who owns brands on. Talk about what they look for in a photographer, stuff like that. Talk about the importance of like also kind of doing video work as well, or learning video work to boost up your clientele and stuff like that. So yeah, that's pretty much what we're going to cover on this podcast. If we can get any guests on this podcast, who would you want to get on and why?
All right. So recently I just watched, I was actually waiting for this to happen, but there was a live interview or like questionnaire with Gary Vee and Chris Do. So if people don't know, Gary Vee is like a big motivational, he doesn't market and stuff like that, but he's really motivational, and he shows you like how to do stuff well for pretty much everything marketed social media wise.
Yeah, having a good mindset as well.
Exactly. And then on the other hand, Chris Do is more about like on the graphic design side, he's a big guru there, and it's all about how to set things up. It's all about the business aspects of things, not everything design, but more business related, which is one guest I would love to have and see like how he went about it, because he used to be a designer and now he owns a huge agency. Like, how do you scale yourself?
Yeah.
And how do you achieve those goals? That'd be a great guest to have.
Yeah, that definitely work for photography as well.
Exactly. We'll talk all about that market of how to engage with your clientele. And what about you? Like, who would be your number one there?
Honestly, probably Peter McKinnon.
Yeah.
That would probably be the number one guy I'd want on here, just because he's done so much. Yeah. And like going from product shooting to travel photography to knowing so much about like Adobe and stuff like that, he would be a really good guy to have on here and to learn like why he started YouTube, or why he worked for a card making company for like 2 years, I think.
Yeah. Stuff
like that. So like I feel like he'd be a really good person to have on.
And hopefully he can show me a trick or two about magic cards, you know? Like he had this one video, it kills me. He had like 2 SD cards and then he would just pull one out as a fake one.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Oh yeah,
exactly.
That was sick.
So like if in case someone asks you, like you have to get your SD card to give it back because you took pictures you're not supposed to, you would just swap it and give you the wrong one and have all the files on the other one and keep it.
Yeah.
That was a cool little trick there.
That was super sick. Yeah. So definitely I would love to have him on. Hopefully we got there in the future. Who knows?
Someday.
But I feel like we should kind of wrap this up just because it's intro episode. I want it to be really short.
There you go.
So thank you guys for stopping by and listening to the introduction episode. Stay tuned for upcoming topics surrounding the photography industry. If you'd like us to go over a certain topic, please do let us know in the comments below if you're watching us on YouTube, or shoot us a DM at Born to Create Podcast. We are on Instagram. You can check me out at Acef.media.
And check me out at fm.photography_design.
The longest username on Instagram.
Yep. Not gonna lie there.
So, yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in. Peace out. Stay woke.
Have a good one, guys.